welcome to another episode of Flip That Academic Building. As you know, we scour campuses across the country looking for academic facilities that are badly in need of a facelift, and we have a great example of that here today. In addition, there's an opportunity to improve the functionality of this facility, to increase student engagement and enhance students' learning. I'm your host, Mark Abel, and today we're on the campus of the University of Kentucky, home of the Kentucky Wildcats. And specifically, we're in the Seaton Center, which houses the Department of Kinesiology and Health Promotion. Now, the Seaton Center is not one of those spare use facilities. In fact, it's just the opposite. It's a workhorse for the university, as we see over 1,000 students, faculty, staff, and community members coming through its doors each day. Now, the Seaton Center, home of the Department of Kinesiology and Health Promotion, has 1,000 students in and of itself. In fact, it has the 4th largest major within the university in the undergraduate exercise science program. In addition, the Seaton Center is a shared use facility. For example, it also houses intramurals in its 4 gymnasiums in the building. It also houses the cheerleading training facility, who, by the way, are national champions. It also houses the offices for UK Health and Wellness, the campus's worksite wellness program. So now that you have a little background about the Seaton Center and some of its usage, I want to introduce you to a very special guest, Dr. Rosie Lamphere. She's an assistant professor in the department, and she's also an interior design extraordinaire. Rosie, it's great to have you. Maybe you can share some of the needs of the Seaton Center with us and kind of walk us around on what we could do to flip this facility to make it a little bit more appealing and certainly more functional for our students.
Absolutely. Well, you wonderfully started here in our student lounge, and in the Seaton Center we have over 1,000 undergraduate and graduate students, and we have little room for them to congregate during classes. This is one of the most commonly used areas, and I think it really needs an upgrade. One idea that we have is to put down some brand new UK blue carpet to really make this place pop. This is one of the main entryways for the facility, and we have hundreds, if not thousands, of people walking through these doors every day. So another idea we have is to add some wall decals to this area, so as people walk in, the threshold is something that's welcoming and appealing. So those are just two very minor things that we can do to increase the appeal for our faculty, staff, visitors, and our wonderful students.
Well, shall we take a walk upstairs and see what the upstairs wing looks like and some suggestions to flip that space?
Absolutely, let's take a walk.
So here we're on the upstairs wing, and this is an area that students commonly gather in between classes to get work done, try to do some group work, but just looking at it, Rosie, it doesn't seem to be very functional, very narrow space with what looks to be some caution signs here. Maybe that's a bad sign that this area needs some upgrades. There used to be a water fountain over here, and that's no longer. And one additional thing I noted here is that there's only one outlet on this entire wall that seats about, 30 students, and kind of one communal gathering area in the back there. So probably problematic for those using technology these days.
Right.
What are some other suggestions that you might have to make this more appealing and really more functional for students to get work done?
I think some furniture upgrades and outlet upgrades would be great for our students. As far as design goes, we have some used furniture that we've got from the surplus that we use to accommodate our wonderful students. We could also use some decals on the walls here, perhaps highlighting some of our students in the laboratory settings or some of our student athletes to really bring appeal. to this common study area.
Absolutely. Maybe even some carpeting or some different tile work down here would make the floor, kind of pop and a little bit just more appealing in the space. That's a great point about kind of the secondhand furniture that we have in here. Our students are paying a lot of money for tuition, and it's a little bit, frankly, I think, embarrassing for us to have this for our students. And certainly we give tours to prospective students and their families, high school students and their parents and stuff. And personally, I think some kind of high bar top tables with additional outlets and plugins in here, and maybe some individual kind of seating areas might be really helpful too. We see those on other areas on campus, and I think that would be great in this space. Okay, well, Rosie, thank you so much for the tour today. I've learned so much, and it was a pleasure doing this with you.
My pleasure. Thanks.